Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 9th episode of Zettai Karen Children. And last episode, yeah, we learned a lot about Kyosuke. You know, apparently he can just kind of manifest different places in a way. And all while still technically being inside the prison, and he's known as like the most dangerous of espers, really. And he just has all this stuff in his room that nobody knew about because he could apparently hypnosify them, so they didn't know about that. And by the end of the episode, he left for real, just gone. And he definitely seems to have an interest in Kaoru, that's for sure. So that's a bit of a problem. And he actually taught her a new technique, which was also a bit of a problem. Very close call there, so maybe we should take that a bit slower, you know, teaching Kaoru new psychic attacks and stuff. That's kind of my takeaway from that scene. So, yeah, that was a pretty important episode, I would say. I'm interested to see where we'll go with this one, so let's jump on in. 3, 2, 1, play. Of course. His mechanical pet eats. How about you not do that? A toy? Does he mean the Esper power suppressor thing? But more importantly, our opening. Yeah, that's gotta be what he was referring to. Because he saw it in action a couple episodes ago. Kodo no dim. Yeah, Kaoru already can do plenty of damage as it is. It does seem like there's at least a couple more Esper girls like on our side that we haven't been introduced to. It seems like it. Oh, this is very horror movie-esque. Are they actually watching one, like a literal horror movie? The Ring, maybe? It's pretty scary stuff. Yeah, they are plenty scared. The end. Are you okay there, Kaoru? You're gonna tear his suit. Yeah, they're gone. They're done. Right. So we're just kind of all having fun, it seems like. Oh no. Don't tell people that. We need to not let Chio touch him. Yeah, that's basically a grown-up, yeah. Friggin' Kaoru. Yeah, yeah, it's important. Oh wow, that does look pretty good. Maybe we should get it. Yeah, because you just break things, has to replace them. Well, you'll get over it. Oh, wait, that was a reference to another anime. Hayate Combat Butler or whatever. Something like that. That was totally a reference to that anime. I was not expecting that. Hello? Yeah, it's very shameless. You didn't raise her at all. Yeah, that's the thing. Right, likely story. Don't say that. That look on Chio's face. Yeah, you could say that. Just completely interrupting their not date. 80. Oh yeah, we knew about that. Never mind. He's definitely dangerous. Checking up on Kaoru, I think. And that, of course, being the long game. As you should be. She is still not letting that go. But you are children. Like, they even call you the children. I don't know what you're trying to argue against here. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Yeah. Even getting called out on by his little pet. I don't like the way you said that. Because there's some implications there. Gotta break his neck. That is a very old woman. I guess that's going to solve the problem of only having two hands. One just rides the shoulders. Oof. She nailed the landing. And just don't break things or hurt people. Yes. Yes. What's with the blushing? What happened? Did I miss something? There's a Kyosuke thing? You're not telling me anything specific here. I... It just seems very suspicious. What would you do? Yeah, this is very suspect. What the heck? Yeah, this is exactly what I was expecting. She was acting way too out of character. Yeah, press the buttons. The showdown. Yeah, you got a thing on your forehead. It's like a bullet. Like a bullet wound. Okay, they're definitely natural enemies. I mean, we know one guy that's like that, but not Minamoto. You were staring at these girls that night through the window. Never underestimate Minamoto. I don't think it's gonna do much, but you might want to get out of the way, yeah. As long as one of those bullets hits you, that's what matters. What was that? Oh no, is he gonna take over his body? He did something to him. Definitely did something. But if he, like, uses him as a puppet, that could be pretty bad. He's very powerful, that's a lot to ask. So... Kaoru, ow! It's not your bed. That'll wake you up. And, oh. Well then. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's a very problematic position. Like, she just looks like she's ready for it. It's not what it looks like. Oh, so did he... So he did that then? Or wait. I think I'm trying to figure out what's going on now. Because, yeah, that is not the Kaoru that we know. It's a bit more developed. I could be persuaded. Yeah, that's some weird stuff there. Like, just straight up hypnotized to see them, I guess, as older. Well then. Yeah, totally not a date between those two. Hey, well, apparently it's still active. That would just squish him, though. It's a big difference. Yeah, and they don't really get what's going on, so they're just gonna be confused. But if it's an illusion, they wouldn't be any heavier, right? He's been hypnotized. He looks like he's had a rough night. Just to mess with you. Yeah, I'm going now. Some very important keywords there. Don't touch my hair. Yeah, no touching, please. I really don't care. Yeah, that's left an impression on him. He's got some stuff going on right about now. Yeah, and there's Kyosuke, just ever looming. Yeah, hopefully. I don't think you can handle the stress. Yeah, it won't. It's nothing he can't handle. We can't stoop to Kyosuke's level. I know, right? Maybe we shouldn't. Now that, yeah, we told her anyway. Well, they didn't, he did. But it would explain some of the suspicious behavior, right? Man, I'm sweating. I guess that's one way to solve the problem. I bet they want one now. I didn't really think about the voice actor for that thing before, but is that Kugimi? Might have to look that up later. But it kind of sounds like it. They each have their own imagination of what being an adult is like. Liar. Wow. Is that what Minamoto looks like? You could say that. Well, they might want to take advantage of this while they can. It was a close call last night, since Kaoru was kind of presenting herself. Okay, I guess that makes sense. And, I think that's Shio. Wow, just straight up nurse outfit. I love the transitions between what he sees and reality. Yeah, let's see how he handles this. It's an adorable cosplay, though. He got away. And is that Kaoru or Aoi? I can't quite tell. It's Aoi, okay. Very intentional, accidental meeting here. Oh, whoa. I think he does. But of course he's gonna run away again. Because he knows it's just an illusion. And then it's Kaoru's turn. And there she is. Wow, straight up bloomers. I guess that's one way to get his attention. Wow, really? Man, she really went the full 9 yards with this one. You know, she finally got those boobs she wanted, so... Nah. The strong opponents. Maybe we choose a group attack. Where do they even get these outfits? I'll always see you as an adult. Yeah, he's still a problem. So how much longer is it gonna last, I wonder? What's our next attack? Oh, wow, okay. School swimsuits, the ultimate attack. That is quite nice. Whew. Okay, let's not go too close to the edge. I just, especially the look on Kaoru's face, very devious. But you're just gonna cause him to fall. Got more important. That's quite a thing to walk in on. I mean, they've never had such a great opportunity to mess with him as they do now, so... Guess this is our villain. Our Elvis Presley over here. Why not? It's such a great honor. Not everyone can be that person. You gotta be okay with that. We are the Children, big edition. We're just gonna save the day in school swimsuits. As you do. You shut up. We are totally adults. Yeah, they quite clearly know. Yeah, let's release the espers. Man, it takes a lot of shamelessness to just battle in this swimsuit. And there we go. Is that gonna take care of it? Just one shot? I'm sure you won't. I don't think that's a thing you could ever forget. It was his calling in life. Oh no. Give that back. Ow. Gotta keep it better. Oh wow. This is quite the situation. Between a rock and a soft place. 3 soft places. 6. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard right about now. I should say so. But of course, that's how he responds. You wanted this back, right? But why do you have to look so evil, though? But man, that backstory on Kyuu. I think it may have been a bit too much for him. Oh, that's a scary look. Yeah, I suppose. Aww. And there we go. I think it finally wore off. Ain't that the truth? I'm sure he had a point he was trying to prove. Oh no. Yeah, of course. Guess I should have saw that coming. It'll be interesting to see her doing that in her bigger form. Well, that's concerning. And of course, that's where we ended off. Yeah, it was definitely something seeing them in their adult quote-unquote forms. But like Minamoto said, they are best as in their normal forms. I think that's one thing we can all agree on, regardless of what side we're on in this show. I wonder if that's accurate to what they will actually look like when they're grown-ups. Because they were all pretty stacked. But you'd think at least one of them would have a more modest chest. Like Kyuu, especially. I can't see really being that big, honestly. It really was a good opportunity to just kind of have them mess with Minamoto. And boy, did they eat that up. Next episode. Battle 2. Okay. Okay. well, that was the 9th episode of Zettai Karen Children, and this episode was certainly an interesting one. Now, Kyosuke, of course they're looking for Kyosuke because he's a very dangerous person, and he's escaped, and you look for the people like that, you know, it's pretty important. But also we had like our first like real outing with Minamoto and the children, and Kaoru just not at all being happy about not getting that limited edition figure, which we see in the opening, or ED, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the ED, in like behind the glass, you know, I think it's the same one. Same character at least. So, also, yeah, around here I think we had some like anime cameos. Maybe more than one. I mean, I only noticed one, but yeah, that's definitely... It's definitely, yeah, Hayate and, I don't remember their names, but yeah, I know the anime they're from, definitely. And I don't know if there's any other references here, not that I could pick up on at least, but that one was pretty clear, for sure. I mean, there's a couple characters that may look kind of familiar, but not familiar enough where I would say they're from something. But yeah, that was definitely unexpected. I guess these anime are maybe, those two anime are maybe made by the same studio or something, but yeah, definitely was unexpected. And they actually ran into, you know, their two friends from school, which is pretty great, because they just, yeah, teasing them a lot, which was great. I mean, because those two are obviously going to be, like, a couple at some point, like, that's in the making. It's pretty clear. Just some of the smug looks on their faces after they ran into them. It was a fun little scene, for sure. For sure. And... yeah, one of the conflicts of the episode were just how much they were complaining about being treated like a child by Minamoto. But I mean, they literally are children, very, very clearly. I think most people would agree 10 years old still qualifies as a child, and they're even like their name as a group is the Children. So I don't know how they could possibly justify complaining about being treated like children when no matter how you look at it, they are. But that's always a child thing, you know, almost always. They hate being treated like children because they usually kind of idealize being an adult. They kind of see all the benefits of it, you know, all the freedom and all these things you can do, and see there being no benefits in being a child, even though there definitely are. And then they become adults and quickly realize that's not all it's cracked up to be. But, you know, it's just one of those things, and, you know, Kaoru wants boobs, I think she mentioned as well. But anyway, yeah, this is around the time where Kyosuke came up with an idea, because as being the creep that he is, he looks to the window and eavesdrops on their conversation. And I guess he thinks, well, if you guys want to be treated like adults so badly, I'll make that happen. And he makes a little bit of hypnosis on Minamoto. And, you know, we had the shot here where he was like kind of walking them to school. Although he only had two hands, so Kaoru just kind of straddled the shoulders, which the funny thing about that is because they tried that later on in the episode when they were bigger, and it becomes a much different thing in that case, and especially because of the crushing weight of it. And then, yeah, right after that, we had a little run-in with Kashiwagi, I think her name is. And pretty much right off the gate, I was very suspicious about this, like almost everything from her behavior, you know, the claims of what happened. I was like, this does not quite seem right. Like, I've seen no evidence that the chief would make that kind of move on her. This is just not how she normally behaves at all. And we already had Kyosuke kind of clearly planning something, so I pretty much completely saw this coming, that being Kyosuke. Especially with the laughing and all that, like she'd pulled a prank. It was pretty clearly Kyosuke, for sure. And right out the gate, it seems very much like these two will be kind of opposite ends of the spectrum in regards to espers, for sure. Kyosuke just really takes issue with Minamoto's attitude and all that, and probably is going to want to prove Minamoto just wrong, and Minamoto will probably want to prove Kyosuke wrong. That's probably going to be their big dynamic. He does mention the scar on his forehead, and he says, "Someone I trusted betrayed me once." Kind of reminds me of the eye thing from the one guy from the Avengers. But anyway, the mark clearly looks like a bullet. I'd be surprised if that was anything else. It looks like a bullet. Somebody tried to shoot him with a bullet, and he just barely was able to recover from it. Like it was probably a close call in his life. But because in Esper he managed something. You know, like, I mean, mentioning it would be kind of spoilers, but there's at least some anime where a psychic character was shot in the head, and he barely had enough time to stop it from, like, completely just killing him. Like, because he was using his psychic powers for something else, and he just barely managed to finish that in time to be able to use his powers to save his life, but it was such a close call that it, like, seriously crippled him for life, but he survived it. That kind of thing. Mentioning what anime I'm talking about would be, of course, a spoiler, but yeah, this reminded me of that, for sure. So I wonder if we'll get more information on exactly what the circumstances of that were. So yeah, I imagine, I'm kind of going full speculation now. I'm imagining once Kyosuke was like kind of a similar position as the girls, you know, he probably was using his powers for good and had somebody that kind of managed him, and one day realized he was getting out of control and tried to put an end to it and shot him, maybe. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Probably wrong, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. And right before they like separated, Kyosuke quite clearly did something to Minamoto. I first thought he was going to do some kind of like puppet master kind of thing where he like possesses his body, you know, to do things that would kind of cause a problem between him and the girls, you know. But that's not exactly what happened. He took a much more kind of passive approach where he just hypnotized them to see them as adults, which has multiple layers to it. It's got the whole thing with, you know, what they wanted, which is to not be treated like children, but also kind of making it possible for him to like make a mistake, you know, make a move on them, which is something that he thinks he would eventually do, and this makes that far more likely. And yeah, when Kaoru just wanders into his bed like she apparently usually does, like that's probably a fairly common thing, and I didn't even notice that she was bigger, like I was too focused on something else. But yeah, quite clearly she is bigger in this shot. But yeah, she just quite clearly face down, ass up. That's quite a thing to wake up to, for sure. And it definitely took me longer than I should have to realize they were bigger than they were supposed to be. But I eventually clued in on it, you know, eventually. And they had no idea what was going on at all, because how would they? I mean, they can't see through his eyes. Although Shiho can read minds, so I guess if she really wanted to, she could have figured out what happened on her own. But she did not. Not until Kyosuke just straight up told them. So, yeah, that became a pretty awkward day for Minamoto as a result. Trying to sweat the impure thoughts out in a way. And yeah, once the girls actually saw Kyosuke's little companion, they liked it. You know, they probably wanted to keep it as a pet, I would imagine. And even Kyosuke's like, you know, being around him could be a problem, so you might want to keep your distance, and they do literally the exact opposite. Which, you know, of course they do, because it's an opportunity that they're not going to let just go by. To have them all just cosplaying in sexy outfits. You got Shiho going for the nurse. We got, and yeah, she looked great in it, of course. We have Aoi in, not sure exactly what we'd call her outfit, but it's nice as well, I suppose. Kaoru being the most shameless of them all, because of course she is. She goes full like gym uniform bloomer thing, and not only that is already fairly bold. She adds on to it just by straight up dumping a bucket of water on herself. It just has the shit-eating grin on her face as she does it too, which is like, wow. I mean, of course Kaoru would be the most informed about this sort of seduction tactic. Just, I don't know, it's just amazing the things Kaoru does. It's great. They just have this evil aura over like all of them have this kind of dark evil aura as they're trying to just play these games with Minamoto, and eventually their final strategy of putting on school uniforms and attacking together as a group on the roof. Yeah, if that went on much longer, he might have went off the edge, in a manner of speaking. So, and luckily for them, it was time to go on a mission, which they just did in their uniforms, in their school swimsuits. I may have actually called them school uniform at some point, but school swimsuits is what I meant. You know, they just go dressed like that, have their Super Sentai colorful explosion background, and the guy making a comment about how he won't forget this. It's like a pretty stereotypical line for a villain losing, but it just makes so much sense because, yeah, you would never forget that. 3 young girls in school swimsuits beating you up. It's not a thing you forget. It's just not. I just love all the smug looks on their face throughout this episode. And just all the attacks they do. Like, at some point they seriously had to just press up against the wall. Like, just Kaoru putting the phone just in there. I don't know. And of course the main point of this is the fact that even if they get a grown-up body, it doesn't really make them adults. Being an adult is much more than just physical growth. So even with that, he doesn't truly see them as adults, despite the physical appearance, which is kind of the main point of what they were trying to get across. And yeah, no matter how big they look in his eyes, they still act the same, you know? So they are still very much children, the children. And yeah, it was a fun episode. It was quite a fun episode. Just, it's quite a sight to see them in their adult forms just crying like children. And of course, the limited edition toy we were not able to get in the end. Very sad. Very sad. Yeah, that's all I really have to say on the episode. It was a fun one, for sure. Definitely much less serious than the last episode. That's for sure. And yeah, we'll see how things go next time. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.